Hi, I'm Gavin from BuyGC Buyers Agents. Today I'd like to talk about your experience with BuyGC and what you can expect the process to be. First thing I want to do is establish what you're actually after is achievable in the marketplace. I don't want to waste your time or my time looking for a property for you that can't be met in the financial constraints that you may have. So once we get past that point, then we want to drill down into the greater detail of what you're actually really looking for in a home, whether it be the number of bedrooms, the size of the land, the age of the home, the condition, location obviously. So once we get that, then what we do is we get to work then and going out and trying to find the properties for you. Of course we're looking on realestate.com, but by doing that we're only probably seeing 50% of what's actually really out there. Where the gold is to get to the properties before they come to market. And we're able to achieve that through a lot of different avenues, but it's our relationships with the real estate agents on the Gold Coast that go back, some of these relationships go back 25 years, where we get the early word on what's out there. So if we can get to the property first, we can quite often buy it a lot better than what you would buy if you were just going through realestate.com. You're basically on realestate.com, you're basically looking at the retail market. We want to try to get to the wholesale market and be the only one competing for these properties before they've gone live and everybody's got their eye on them. So what I do, my job is to go out there and do all the work for you. So I'm out there assessing these properties. I'm comparing them against other properties, other recent sales, things like that. So I'm analysing them from every angle to save you all the time. So then I'll shortlist them for you, and then you can consider which ones you like, and we can arrange inspections or FaceTime phone calls if you're not on the Gold Coast. Once we select which one we want to go for, well, then we'll start negotiating on your behalf to get it for the best possible price. Now, there's no pressure from me. If I could think a property is perfect for you, you might go, Gavin, look, it's just not for me. Well, that's fine. I'm not here to force anything upon you. I'm here to help support you through the process. So I don't care if we've got to look at 20 or 30 properties until we find the right one for you, because I want you to be happy with the property 3 or 5 years down the track, that you're happy you bought that home. That's the difference. When you're doing it yourself, you're dealing with real estate agents and they just want to sell you what they've got. I want to sell you, I want to help you buy the property that you really want. So that's how it works. That's in a nutshell. I'm there to help you all the way through the process. I can then help you if you need a solicitor, help you select a building and pest person, a removalist. I've got a really strong building background, so if you need help, like you want to do renovations, you need a painter, carpet layer, window coverings, extensions. I've got a vast network of connections I can help you with to make sure we can service every need you have in terms of buying a property. So you've heard the term buyer's agent, so that's obviously the representative of the buyer. Let me explain what that really means. We're there to do basically all the legwork, all the hard work along the way in sourcing, evaluating and negotiating on property for you. We're more of an advisor and more a confidant to help guide you through the whole process of buying a property. It's something people only do a few times in their life, yet it's a tough thing to do on your own if you're not, because you're not experienced in it. You're dealing with real estate agents who are trained professionals who are doing it every day of their life. Wouldn't it be good to have somebody on your side to help you through your process, who you can truly trust is actually on your side and wants to deliver results in your best interest? So here's the steps we go through. We're out there sourcing the properties for you. We're evaluating the properties. We present the properties to you with all the information so you can make an informed decision on what you like and which property you want to make a move on. Once we decide that, we work out the strategy of how we're going to actually go about negotiating that deal for you. We prepare an offer in consultation with the real estate agent perhaps, so we understand the best terms possible we can put forward to their vendor that work for you and might help us get a better deal. We put that offer forward, we'll present the offer on your behalf. we'll then, we may have to negotiate. We'll come back to you, and if we need to negotiate further, we'll make sure the contract documents are prepared, exactly as we need them for your situation. We'll get the deal done. We'll follow it all the way through to settlement. We'll make sure that all the building and pest clauses and things like that are administered properly in your best interests. And we're still there at the end. Once the property is settled, we're still there to help guide you through renovations, obviously any improvements you want to do to the property, we can help assist you there as well. The next step is to make sure your finances are in order, ready to go to buy a property. If you have already got a pre-approval, if you need finance, that's great. If not, we've got brokers we can recommend, several brokers we can recommend who are awesome to deal with in helping you get pre-approved. It's really important to try and get your pre-approval and your finance in place early, so then we can offer like shorter finance clauses should you need finance in a contract situation. Also, it's great to know where your limit is, so you know the maximum you can go to. If you find the great property and you want to go to your max to get it, well, at least you know where that is. Okay, market research and property identification. This is the fun part for us. This is where I think the rubber really meets the road in terms of giving you the best advantage with property. The traditional way of finding a property is to look on realestate.com, a domain, look in the window of a real estate agent, in the old days, and that's how we found property. Having us as your buyer's agents will open up the opportunities far beyond what you just find online. We have relationships with literally hundreds of real estate agents all over the Gold Coast, and through this relationship network we have, we get access to so much more property well before it comes to market. Agents always have a pipeline of vendors that are thinking about selling, that they're trying to get to come to market. When those agents know that we have a buyer with the criteria that may match the stock that they're hoping to get listed, we can quite often get to that property and get early access to that property. Once we identify those properties, we then start evaluating and working out how ideal they are to match your criteria and what you're looking for in a home. And then we go through an extensive study of market analysis to work out where we think those properties sit price-wise. We'll then make those recommendations to you, and the properties that are appealing to you, then we'll go into further negotiation with and get you through for an inspection or do a video call so you can actually really understand that property. And if it's the property you want, well, then we can move forward and try and buy it for you. Not everything looks like it does in the photos. Let's talk about viewing and evaluating property. Once we've shortlisted the potential candidates for you, we'll go out and personally inspect all those properties. We're checking out the condition of the property, the size of the property, the feel of the property, the feel of the area. We also want to understand what the houses around it are like. So then what we'll do is, if we're happy with it and we think it's a great candidate for you, well, then we'll arrange a way you could view the property, whether we do that in a personal inspection if you're here on the Gold Coast, or we can do a video call and show you right through the whole property so you get a full understanding and appreciation of what it's like. Once we know you've got interest in that property, we'll conduct a very thorough comparative market analysis to see where we feel that property sits in the marketplace from a price point of view. We'll also look at if there could be some capital improvement and ways we could go about adding a lot of value to the property once you buy it through renovations or other improvements. So once we've found the properties that you are interested in, the next thing to do is to analyse each of them to work out where they sit from a financial point of view, where the real value is. So we do a comparative market analysis on each property and really drill down into the things that matter in terms of evaluating its price. We'll look at recent sales in the area. We'll look at what other properties are on the sale. We've got specialised software that enables us to drill down into where the real value is for these properties. when it comes to negotiation and submitting offers on property, it's fantastic if you've got a third party to act on your behalf. Agents are excellent at reading your body language and seeing how excited you are to buy a property. So having somebody as a professional negotiator, I'm kind of like the gatekeeper of your emotions, so the agent isn't reading how excited you are and thinking you can get more money out of you on a negotiation for a property. So big thing about negotiation is to understand what will help the vendor the most. So maybe a longer settlement, maybe a shorter finance clause, maybe, you know, there's a range of things, a bigger deposit, things like that sometimes can be a key thing. It's not always about the price. So if we get all the terms well set out that suits that vendor, we can quite often buy a property at a cheaper price. You only probably buy a property a few times in your life. I'm here buying properties for people every day, and I go about it in a strategic way to get the property at the cheapest possible price for you.